As you saw when they stood for appreciation, three people here today have glorious stints at WTVT. Here to start the tributes is a former WTVT reporter, Ken Kalthoff, who has been a reporter anchor for 42 years. Since 2000, Ken's been with KXAS in Dallas. Ken, come on up.
Hello, everyone. It was really my privilege to be here. It was Ray Blush who hired me and Jim West who kept me. So I was very fortunate to be here. It was only a few years in the 80s, but I have many fond memories of this place, and I was very fortunate to be here. Maybe some of you might have heard too that we just hired Ray Kuntz at KXAS in Dallas. He's working on the assignment desk and he's getting used to that, and so he's doing pretty well there. But I'm up here to talk about a couple of guys that I remember from my days at Channel 13. Mak Makinen says that his career at WTVT was a series of accidents. Up to the time that he walked into Channel 13 for a job interview, Mak had, up to that time, never thought that he would have a career in TV. A friend on the Channel 13 crew had referred to him, the station's hiring man, Frank Ridolfi. He gave Mak his first job running camera on the AM show, and later in the day acting as a page, picking up and delivering mail around the station. That's always good work to get to know who the people are. When the film lab went to color, Mak was offered a position and a raise to develop color news film and special film projects shot by chief photographer Marvin Scott, who was later succeeded by Billy Bowles. Mak started to gain some film shooting skills when the news or sports department needed him. When Billy Bowles left the job, Mak was promoted to chief photographer. There you go. He was a chief photographer, in large part for his ability to interact with the station's clients, what you would call a gift of gab. Well, Mak spent the next few years shooting commercials for businesses that aired statewide. He also shot the first season of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers games for use on the McKay Show and for the team's training. When use of film came to an end, Mak became an ENG news photographer and truck supervisor. Satellite trucks came along in the early 80s, and Mak was part of that too, keeping the trucks working and traveling around the nation to cover stories. Mak ran one of the nation's first CONUS trucks. I remember those trucks. There was the space program, sports, and politics in Tallahassee and Washington, to name a few. Mak retired in 2013 after 49 years at WTVT, and we would like to honor Mak with a plaque. And where is the plaque? All right, I see he's got the plaque now. On that plaque, it says, starting in film and making the move to electronic news gathering, Mak Makinen is an innovator and dedicated technician representing the best of WTVT Channel 13. Mak, there's a microphone over there, and it is your turn to talk for us and share a few thoughts.
I'm usually on the other side of the mic, so I'm not too sure exactly what to say. As was stated, I think my career at 13 was a series of happy accidents. It seems like every time I'd start to get bored with the job I was doing, something else would come up in some other area, and I would be lucky enough to move into it somehow. And it just kept on happening like that. Had opportunities to go other places, but every time I think about it, something would change at 13. Color to black and white, back, boom, bomb, videotape, film. So it kept me amused and happy. And I think that was the big thing about TV in the old days. It was fun to come to work. Everybody enjoyed coming to work in the morning. You didn't have to worry, oh, what's going to happen today? It was something exciting was going to happen. You just knew it. TV was so new in the 60s and the early 70s that everybody was experimenting with everything. Anything was game. And Gaylord at the time didn't pay for crap, but their equipment was top notch. Anything you could convince them that you needed, you got. And that kept a lot of people around and kept a lot of people fun and happy. and I enjoyed my time there. Would have stayed longer, but time just ran out, as it does to all of us. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Tremendous. Now it's my turn to talk about Duane Martin. I recall being a newcomer here in Tampa, and Duane looked out for me many times. He had been around for a while, as we see here from this photo. He knew all the good places for lunch, too, and that was always very good. Early on, Duane Martin was in engineering, frequently engineering the large mobile unit or the smaller GMC vehicle that introduced portable cameras. Then the concept of doing live shots for Pulse 13 was being planned, working with Chief Engineer Frank Rankel, engineers Bill Napier, Harvey Jurin, also working with Duane. Duane took a cargo van and transformed it into an ENG truck, and we were off to the races. Duane had become a news photographer, and he was pretty good at that, using the camera and that van. And when Hugh Smith was in a helicopter, Duane was the one shooting that video, looking through the lens and seeing Tampa from the air. Satellite trucks were introduced in the 80s, and Duane was right there with Jewel McGee and Mac, keeping CONUS vehicles running and gunning. And so it went for Duane into the 21st century and high definition. Duane retired from WTVT in the year 2013 with 42 years under his belt, and we have a tribute for Duane, too. Duane Martin is the key player in making WTVT engineering the state-of-the-art. ENG trucks, live helicopter shots, live satellite coverage. Duane was there. Congratulations on 42 years of innovation at WTVT. Duane, there are so many memories, but it is your turn now with the microphone.
There are way too many memories. Some of them good, and not so good. But it was just a great ride. And Rich Jaffe told me today, he says, working at Channel 13 was like working at Camelot. And it was like family, and we were family. We were talking about the Thursday nights at Jimmy Mac's. And so what we remember of it. And of course, for me, was Friday morning was like, don't anybody mess with Duane on Friday morning, because he was at Rich Jaffe's house till 5 o'clock in the morning. And so we're just going to, leave him alone until noon. So I thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
For our next presentation, it's Sam Hallenback.
Danny? That's the way Danny and I used to greet each other in the hall. And I don't know where it came from, but it was always, Danny? There we go. This one's all about you. Danny came to WTVT in 1982 as an announcer and promo producer. Now, to put that in perspective, where was the world in 1982? Anne Hathaway was born in 1982. Think about that. That was the year Epcot opened, 1982. E.T. the Extraterrestrial was burning up theaters. And the price of a gallon of gas. Does anyone want to take a guess as to what the price of a gallon of gas was? Huh?
67 cents.
$1.20. Yesterday I paid $5.20 for a gallon of gas. Thank you very much. It was a long time ago. Danny's promos covered the entire Channel 13 schedule, including, but not limited to, Entertainment Tonight.
Entertainment Tonight at 7:30 tonight.
Our magazine.
See it today at 4 on Big 13.
Sitcoms.
Sunday nights at 9 on Big 13.
And then there was my personal favorite, Dance Fever on Saturdays, hosted by Denny Terrio.
See it Saturdays at 7 p.m. on Big 13.
And of course on Sundays, the Big 13 movie. And there were the news promos for First News at 5, as well as the countless series promos for Pulse 13.
Join Terry Casey, Andy Hardy, and Roy Leap for Pulse 13's Night Beat.
And who in this room can forget his turn as the Mystery Diner? I know I can. I love the Mystery Diner. I can't tell you how many hours I spent slogging away in that old super booth in the old building thinking, Danny Harmon has the best damn job in this entire place. The Mystery Diner, think about it. He is paid to eat, at least that portion of his gig on camera. I'm sitting in here in a foam room working quad splits on a Proteus, and he's sitting eating spaghetti bolognese by the bay in a fedora and a Ray-Bans. But the thing is, the segments were fantastic. Did you also do movie reviews too?
Yeah, for about.
He ate and watched movies. It set a career path for me. It was wonderful, but it wasn't all fun and games. A jack of all trades. When the Gulf War broke out in 1990, Danny was put in charge of producing those 60-second news breaks every hour on the hour from 2 to 11 p.m., and that's a lot of news breaks. Now, for the past quarter century, Danny's been working in promotions, watching the industry evolve, and summarily evolving with it. And this September 20th will mark his 40th year at WTVT, and that means he's taking his rightful place alongside the coveted 4-decade group. Now, Danny, there's a plaque floating around here somewhere, and I quote, "Sound is one half of the way WTVT connects with its viewers. When Danny Harmon speaks, people listen. When Danny Harmon produces, people watch." Congratulations on 40 years at WTVT. Danny, the mic is yours.
Let me tell you something to begin with. It is pretty humbling to be mentioned in a crowd right after Duane Martin and Mak Makinen and Jewel McGee and Ray Blush. I really don't want to get sappy here, but you guys are my heroes. You still are. I mean, you guys invented the business that we all enjoy now, and we have so much to thank you for. So thank you. But being at Channel 13, at Big 13 as it was, and TVT 13 for about a second and a half, and 13 Fox, and Fox 13, and to watch this whole industry, the television, the local television station industry, develop and evolve from really baby steps to what it is today. You know, and I was just here for it. I really didn't contribute very much to it. I was just here for it, and it was one heck of a ride. And to work along people like Mike Massaro, Steve Geiger, Jeff Simmons, Brian Gray, Rich Jaffe, John Wilson, Frank Robertson, Kathy Fountain, and Kelly Ring. And I can't name you all because there's just too damn many of you. But thank you. Thank you so much, and very humbling. Thank you so much.
And thanks so much to all of our amazing veterans, and happy 57th anniversary to WTVT.
Charlie,
Then Frida.
let me just tell you, when I'm at home in Pennsylvania and I hear Danny Harmon's voice coming on an infomercial or Frank Robertson's voice on an infomercial, it warms the cockles of my heart. Let me tell you. You know how it is, right? I love it. I love it.
We love you. We love your cockles.
I have been enjoying watching Len Frida enjoy this reunion. Her face and how much she's enjoying this. I love this. Love you, Lenny Frida.
Not even drink, sir.
You're making me drink. All right, let's go. It's an hour show, Frida.